Hello, my name is Dr. Robert Bray, and I've been working in the field of traumatic stress recovery for over 35 years. The sad reality is that every day extreme forms of traumatic stress result in an extraordinary number of deaths. For example, currently in the U.S. military, we know that on average 1.8 individual dies in combat. Contrast this to the fact that on average we know that 18 individuals, active duty and retired military, kill themselves every day. This is tragic and unacceptable no matter how you crunch these numbers. It's important that if we're going to change this, we begin to understand how PTSD kills. It kills through suicide. It's important that you understand that there are two conditions necessary to really create the environment for this vulnerability. The first is that there's a state of hopelessness. The second is that they are isolated. When these two things come together, it's overwhelmingly dangerous. Individuals who get PTSD generally are able to recover. We have natural healing systems, we have support in our loved ones, in our families, communities, we have professional help. However, in some cases, the symptoms, the impairments that come along with post-traumatic stress are so extreme that individuals lose hope and become disconnected. They become hopeless that they will ever sleep again and have a night of rest. They become hopeless that they will ever be able to control and manage the intrusive images, thoughts, feelings, and emotion that overwhelm them. They become hopeless that they will be able to in the future go and do as they please without being triggered back into these states of overwhelm and emotion. They become hopeless that nobody will be able to understand or accept what has happened to them, what they've done. Now, this is pretty bad by itself. When you add to it that in some cases this impairment results in people being isolated, it becomes even worse. People disconnect from their community, from their loved ones, from their work, from their faith, from their values and their beliefs, because they don't know how to stay connected under these conditions. They disconnect because they're trying to protect their loved ones from the realities that they've experienced, protect them from the pain and suffering that they feel. They sometimes disconnect because it's a way to protect themselves from the judgments or the responses of people around them. Sometimes they disconnect as a way to hide their inability to perform, to be able to do the work that they've done in the past. So they find themselves without that connection to work or community or faith that has sustained them. They disconnect because they don't believe that anyone will be able to accept them as they are. Now, when these two conditions come together, we are at our most vulnerable for suicidal and self-destructive behaviors. So what happens in this hopeless, isolated state, suicide can come quick with the use of a gun or a pill or a speeding motorcycle or other risk-taking behaviors. It can also come more slowly through alcohol and substance abuse as we try to avoid the feelings and the emotions that go on around us. It can also come in the form of chronic neglect for our mental and physical health that results in our death. It's important that you recognize this hopelessness and isolation, and if you are feeling self-destructive, if you are doing self-destructive behaviors, know that if you can reach out and connect, you'll be better. Know that if you can find some hope for dealing with these feelings and these conditions, you will be able to reconnect also. A place to start is go to my website and try some thought field therapy just to help you with the overwhelming emotion. But whatever you do, remember you're not alone, and remember there are lots of things to be done to help. If you have a loved one who is suffering from extreme forms of traumatic stress, stay connected, reach out to them, and encourage them to do whatever they can to keep moving forward in their life. I hope together we can begin to change how we deal with extreme traumatic stress, both as individuals, communities, and as a culture. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Bye-bye.